Hello everybody and welcome to SusyBLiving's Moonphase Gardening series. So I am going to take you through the next week coming up, and next weekend is Christmas. So if you are interested in doing something other than being festive and getting ready for Christmas and you want to do some gardening, then you're in the right place because I can give you a few little jobs to do. I'm going to be covering Monday the 18th of December to Sunday the 24th of December. It's an interesting week because there are a few kind of unfavourable days in between other things. So what I try and do is when I look at a Moonphase calendar and I see, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. So on Tuesday, the 19th, until 8 o'clock in the morning, it's flowers. Okay. Then we have this little period from 9 till 11 a.m., which is leaves. And then we have another period from 11 till 5, and that is unfavourable. And then from 5 o'clock, we go on to leaves again. All right. That would drive me completely crazy if I had to run around like an idiot trying to work out, oh, do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do whatever? So there are a few things that I do. First of all, I look at the time of year. I look at the light levels. So here in the UK at the moment, sunrise is at about after 8 o'clock in the morning, and then sunset is at about, let's say, 3:30 in the afternoon. So before the 8 o'clock a.m. period, forget about, because I'm not going out there with a torch in the middle of the cold. No way. And then I think to myself, okay, I've got a 2-hour period between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. that I could do some leaves. That's great. If I've got the time to do it then I will. I'll go out, and if I need to sow something, remember sowing always comes first with me, then I will do that. And then I look at, okay, but the rest of the day is really unfavourable because by 5 o'clock it's dark. So, and I'm not, a night grower as such. So I then think, okay, Tuesday might be a little bit of a write-off. And it is for me because I'm working. So that's not going to happen at all. So that's what I mean by it's actually quite a funny week. Because we have these ins and outs of things happening. But let's start from the beginning. So Monday, the 18th of December is Fruits Day. Now, this is going to be important for me because if you remember a week ago, or maybe it was just over a week ago, I sowed I pre-germinated my chili seeds and some of my pepper seeds and some of my chili seeds. And I said to you that this week, midweek, I would fully expect them to be germinated. Well, they are germinated. So this is perfect timing for me because tomorrow it's Fruits Day more or less all day. And I am going to get those pre-germinated seeds and I am going to now put them into some compost in little cells. That is perfect. I was actually thinking of doing it without doing it on a Fruits Day. Surely not, you think. Surely not, she wouldn't do that. But yeah, it's perfect for me. Great timing. So that is what I'm going to be doing for my sowing. Well, sowing and transplanting kind of really. Then we go on to weeding and maintenance. And I'm just going to check. So I'm thinking, what fruits have I got in the garden or on the allotment at the moment? And all I've got are really broad beans. So I've been saying I need to go to the allotment and check my broad beans and make sure that they're coming up okay. And I haven't because it's just been so soggy and boggy. Tomorrow I will do that. I will go over to the allotment, have a look at my broad beans and take stock because they should all be up by now. And if they're not, that means something's going on. They might be rotting. So I'm then going to have to think about in January or maybe in February, I'm going to have to do another sowing of broad beans. So that again, that's in the back of my mind. The other broad beans that I've got are in the greenhouse, in my big greenhouse here at home, and they are doing really well. So I'm very happy about those. That's that. Watering, I just will water the broad beans that are in the big greenhouse. I noticed that they were a little bit dry, so they will be watered, and no feeding for this time of year. All right, now we're on to this Tuesday. So the Tuesday, like I said to you, the Tuesday, the only real time that is good to do something is between 9 and 11 a.m. And that is leaves. And that's Tuesday, the 19th of December. However, Wednesday, the 20th of December, is another full leaves day. So if you've got anything to do with leaves, so I'm not sowing anything. You'll be surprised to hear that I'm actually not sowing anything. I've done all my sowing for December now. Now I'm just waiting for the January sowings, and I will be letting you know what I'm going to be sowing in January. Wednesday, I do have some transplanting to do. I've actually got quite a lot of, I've always got lettuce to transplant. So I'm either pricking out lettuce, I'm putting lettuce in, little modules or containers, and I'm always doing stuff with lettuce. Then the other thing that I noticed that I've got some little plugs of parsley actually, and I was actually going to put them on the compost, but I think I might transplant those out, put those into just some 9 centimeter pots so that they're ticking over nicely. I've got a huge amount of parsley in my raised beds in the garden at the moment, but it is winter and I'm thinking it may not last. So I do have parsley already in the greenhouse. I've got flat leaf and I've got the curly parsley as well. So I just will do a few of those. The other thing I want to also transplant out are my Asian greens. I've got some very nice Asian greens in 9 centimeter pots. So they will go, I will fill up the veggie pods as much as possible, and then any extras I will put in the raised beds here at home in the garden. And I just have a few more lettuce in 9 centimeter pots that I will plant in my big greenhouse in just big pots as well for the winter. So that's leaves. And then weeding and maintenance. So I'll tell you the leaves I've got at the moment. So I've got my Asian greens. They're doing really well. I've got kale over at the allotment, and I've got kale here at home. I've got chard here at home, which I need to tidy up. I have perpetual spinach which I need to tidy up, and I'll have a look at the parsley and the lettuce as well. And any watering that I've got to do is just going to be in the greenhouse, and I might give my lettuce a little bit of a watering. So that is Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday the 21st is another one of these funny days that have leaves on either end, or whatever, but overall it's unfavourable. So Thursday is an unfavourable day, which is just as well for me because I'm working again. I'm pretty lucky, aren't I? So that's Thursday. Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd of December are both fruits days again. So if you're not embroiled in the whole going to see relatives and finishing up work and having Christmas parties and cocktails and all that kind of stuff, and you do want to sow yourself a few chilies and peppers, then Friday and Saturday, again, do them on the pre-germinated kitchen towel because it works really, really well. Or you can also, if you've done that, then you can do the little transplanting as well. So that is Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, the 24th of December is Christmas Eve, and it's Roots Day. So isn't it great timing that we've got Roots Day on New Year's Eve, did I say? Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day is Roots Days. You know what I'm thinking? Which root am I thinking? Parsnips. That is when you harvest your parsnips. So I will be harvesting my parsnips on the 24th of December because they are going to be absolutely delicious, and it's perfect, absolutely perfect timing. So that is your week ahead. And So next year, I always talk about next year because next year's springtime. I look forward to more people joining next year. That'll be fun, won't it? And getting into our Moonphase gardening schedules that I do. If I don't see you Christmas Eve, I will see you after that, a couple of days after that. But I do want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas or if you're just having a rest, it's nice to have a rest and maybe see family. And I look forward to what is going to go on after the winter solstice, which is this week. And that is one of my favorite times of year because it means that the days are going to start to get longer. Yay. So I'm Susie B from SusyBLiving, and thank you very much for joining me. Thank you so far for joining me. We haven't really kicked off the season yet, have we? So give me a thumbs up, that'll be really nice, and subscribe because, like I say, spring will be on our doorstep very, very soon. I'll see you later.